Hey, your man Andrew, we're coming back, and I'm going to be kind of finish up what I got for that $20 deal. Watch the last video after this one if you're watching this one first. I'm going to go into a whole group of stuff I got at the flea market today for only 20 bucks. This is the rest of the stuff, and then I'm going to show you a couple other pickups. And you know, there was plenty of things like this in there. Let me show you this here. This is a 1999 WCW ring. It has like actual rope. It might have all the rope to it, to that area. I don't think there was supposed to be a post here. It's like, I don't know. I have no idea how you play this. I don't care about it. I'd be happy to unload that if that's somebody else's gimmick. They're enjoying that. There were also a few wrestlers in there. This Ultimate Warrior, his body moves there. I think his head moves a little. His head moves a little bit, but he turns at the hips and his hands move up. I'm happy to trade an Ultimate Warrior. I don't care about that one. There's a Sting here in the trench coat, WCW Wolfpack Sting. He's kind of cool. This Warrior I definitely don't want to trade though. He's like a fully articulated Ultimate Warrior. The feet move, everything moves. Now again, all of this stuff I'm showing you, all of it was only $20. You know, we're like way under 50 cents a toy here. Here's Booker T. I would trade him. For a moment, I thought it might be Stevie Ray. Oddly enough, I like Stevie Ray, and I've never been a Booker T fan. Never liked Booker T. But I like Stevie Ray. Probably not very many people. Probably more people would go Booker T to Stevie Ray, but I always like Stevie Ray. But here is a Booker T, and it's really articulated. Even the feet move, the legs move, all kind of different ways. The arms move. Can you dig it, sucker? But yeah, he would be tradable. See here, and I got these. These are some kind of game. On the bottom of it says Atlantis Comics. Atlantis Comics is a gaming store. They sell comic books, Magic the Gathering, collectible card games, and role-playing game stuff out in Chesapeake, Virginia. I've never been there before, but I'm aware of it. These are, I don't know what they are. But it's some kind of click, and you can like move them around, and it's got numbers and stuff down here. It's a game. I think they're collectible, like they have rarities and stuff. But there's a whole gimmick of these dudes in there. If anyone likes these, happy to sell them to you, happy to trade them to you. I have zero interest in these things. They are apparently DC. I don't recognize this guy, but that's Hawk from DC. And I think there's Silver Samurai. So some of them are Marvel. There's Captain America. I got Juggernaut. There's a lot of name figures like this. There's a bag of them here. There's a bunch of them, and they were in there. And I absolutely don't care about them, so, you know, if you want to let me know otherwise, I'll probably put them on eBay or something. I don't know. They have zero interest to me. Now, they're also in there a bunch of these, like Justice League of America, like stands with you put the figure on them. I think there's 4 of them in there. There was this. It's like a Sentinel hand. It's like a little like play set. I think it's kind of cool, actually. You know, so you set it flat, and so I could like play like you just destroyed a Sentinel. Speaking of that, there was a Sentinel in there. My son has another one of these. This hand will shoot off. This comes out like that. So I mean, I've already and it spins back. You can actually put that on a figure and yank them. The head moves. That chest part will pop out. You can actually completely stick another guy. My son loves to stick a guy down here. The only jack is it doesn't have the feet. The other one I have also got used, and it didn't have the feet either. So if anyone has 1 or 2 pairs of Sentinel feet, I would be happy to trade for those Sentinel feet from this Sentinel. I don't know why, but Sentinels they're good for doing a job. Now I'm gonna go through. Let's see here. Oh, here's that WCW ring. There's just one of the ropes to it. And there's another one over there, so there's like at least 2 ropes to it. And there were a ton of accessories in here too, which is really great. I didn't even show you guys all of them, but there's like guns and there's swords and nunchucks and all sorts of stuff. Bows. I don't know if it even goes to all these guys or if it was just other stuff that was in there from previous guys. There's this thing. I had to kind of reassemble that. It was clearly an X-Man thing. I don't know what this is or who it goes to. If you guys could give me some clues on that, those will be approved of. So I got it all back together. And there's a bunch of little things like that here. There's this I can't figure out what the heck it is. It's a Marvel toy. I think it's Marvel. Yeah, it's Marvel. And it has wheels on the bottom of it. I can't figure out what it is. Like, it's not like a McDonald's toy. It's way too big to be one anyway. But yeah, I mean, this thing does something here. I can't figure out how to get it to do it, but oh wait, maybe this way. Anyway, no idea what this is. I'd probably have to trade that. There's a Ghost Rider motorcycle. There was not a Ghost Rider in here. Probably somebody bought it earlier. There was this. I don't know if it's like an Aquaman gun. Anyone knows whose gun that is? It looks like a shark thing. But there was an Aquaman in here. That's why I thought that. This is some DC character. I don't know who he is. Someone knows his name. Put it in the lines below. I'm getting better and better at my comic book hero names. Speaking of that, this is a guy I do know. Apocalypse. Back in the day when I would read comic books, I loved the Apocalypse comic book. He is the joint. So yeah, I was happy to get it. And my son actually, if he watches, I did a collection video for his comic book character. He's a baller, Apocalypse, but this one's pretty smooth looking too. I mean, he's nowhere near as good as the other one, but it's pretty smooth looking. Here's a bike. If you know whose bike that is, this is a Marvel. It's just a Marvel gimmick on the bottom of it. I think it's Wolverine, but might not be. Got this guy, complete with the wings. I already had him. His name is Raziel, I think. He was in the DC Justice League, but the wings were also there. I just had the guy without the wings before. Here's a Gambit. I got a bunch of this same mold of Gambit, but this one has the jacket, even though it's not in good repair. And the bow staff, which I don't know if I even had any of the bow staff before, but it is here. His legs like kick out, and a real common problem with this particular Gambit, so your legs kick out, is that leg joint will just break, and then you just got a leg stuck out, so he's not one of my favorite toys. There's another DC guy. I don't know who he is either. I think he's DC. Yes, he is DC. I don't know who he is, unless he's the Blue Devil, but he doesn't look like a Blue Devil. Maybe he's Ichigon. I don't know, Wavehead was talking about the guy, but yeah, if anyone knows him, let me know. I believe his name is Gideon, if I remember correctly. I just remember that from like a comic book from like the 80s or when I was a kid. I thought his hair looked cool when I was a kid, so I think his name is Gideon. I think he was like in a comic book. I think he's a bad guy. He was like in a comic book with a beetle fighting like Spider-Man, and I think the guy that had the whip was in there too. There's a Sabretooth. I think my son has another one of this exact Sabretooth. Warpath from X-Force. Avalanche, I'm not 100% positive my son didn't drag this over here because he has this, either he has two of this toy now or he's just dragged this one over there and it's not part of the lot, but it may well have been. There's one of the stupidest superheroes. Believe it or not, this guy is from the 30s. I happened to open up a book up at the Goodwill the other day because I was saying, oh man, maybe I'll pick this up for my son, but it was just like about the histories and not something he would want to watch at all or read it all or let me read to him, you know. But he's, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. Oh, I don't know why I suck so much. Yeah, he's really just terrible. But he's from like he was created in like 1938 or 39. It's ridiculous. I thought he was like a bad character from like the late 70s or maybe in the 80s. Juggernaut. You always have to get a Juggernaut. His helmet does not come off. Juggernauts whose helmets come off are cooler, although for thrift store and flea market toys sometimes not because they don't have the helmet. A Juggernaut always sucks without his helmet, but this Juggernaut does look pretty cool. It's got a good color to him. One of the ones I was really happy to get, Hawkeye. This is Hawkeye from the Avengers TV series that came out in the late 90s. There's something weird going on with his hand here. I think maybe it was like a magnet in there or something. I got dirt on it. I'm going to try to clean it up later. He's got, there's like two bows, and like there's this bow. I think this bow might be the one that went with him, but I'm not sure. And then there's like another one that looks like it's a Green Arrow's bow. No, it's right here. So I think that's a Green Arrow. Fortunately, I have several Green Arrows. Here's a Wolverine, and his claws go up and down. My collection is I probably won't be able to trade this one. Ryan was really into him. But, you know. Oh, one of the things I was most amped up with when I saw it here, the folding chair. So you can have the Ultimate Warrior lay Booker T out with this folding chair. And we might do that. And it totally goes away both ways, so that's a little pro wrestling accessory. Here's an Atom. There was probably a large Atom in there, because I think he came in that pack with it, but there's no large Atom to come forward. But there's a small one, and my son has he has another one of that upstairs in the attic, and another one besides it. Oh, there's another wrestler, Dean Malenko. I'll absolutely trade him. Dean Malenko is, I don't care at all about Dean Malenko. Stinko Malenko, as Jericho called him. Here's Daredevil. He's got a little, like this part right here is a little broken, but he does have that accessory on the side. And it's one of those that have the fingers that actually bend, and the fingers are all there. It's not, in fact, it doesn't even have any damage here at all. This is one of those extremely well articulated figures. I really like the color on that Daredevil. He's quite smooth looking. When I was going through and picking out which toys we were going to get, when I saw a Daredevil, he immediately went in that pile. John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. If anyone can quickly explain to me why he has powers, like, he's a Martian. Like, if all Martians were as baller as him, like, is he like a baller for a Martian? Is he like a normal Martian? Because I know, like, Superman is just a normal dude from Kryptonite, or from Krypton. That's it. I knew it was something like that. But I thought he was just like a normal Martian too, and he has like mad powers. It's like ridiculous. It's like a ridiculous level. Like they should have toned him down a little bit. It was like, come on, dude, really. It's like they went through the book and just picked every power out and gave it to him. I'm gonna go with Jean Grey here, and she's short hair. I think that's Jean Grey. Let me know if I'm wrong. I got this. In fact, I think I probably have the. I'm almost positive the other things that shoot out of there are laying on my floor right now, and I can probably fire it right at my screen. Probably not a good idea, but I can see it's like an X-Man joint, but I don't know. It's got a little thing here. I don't know what it goes to. Possibly this thing. That's another X-Man thing. And, yeah, so, I don't know. This is maybe a danger room thing or something. It's got like a little piece here. It looks like it needs to have something going in there. If you guys know about this or what the name is, so I could actually Google it and look at it. Because I got a bunch of random pieces here, too, that I kind of need to assemble. Like this. No idea what this goes to. If you see it in the Transformers videos, and this, too. A little car piece. If you can figure out what those go to, please, please, please let me know. There's this backpack. It looks like it would go to like a G.I. Joe, but there were no such things in there. Of course, you know, guns, and there's a whole bunch of these. I'm not gonna go through showing all those. There's Doctor Strange, a little tiny one. He probably goes with that bag of toys that I showed you in the beginning. Here's an Archangel, a rather kind of crappy one actually. Like my son has some pretty cool Archangels. This is actually one of the worst Archangels I've seen. Although he does, I mean, he has the wings, but the wings are like white and. I don't know, the ones that have like the silver color rings or wings are cooler. Here's 3 more of those Justice League things. 2 are red, 2 are white. I've just already shown you one. Here is an Omega Red. Actually looks kind of cool. I like this Omega Red. He's got the tentacles too. And the tentacles retract, so you can pull them up, pull them down. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Let's see here. And it comes down a little bit. Well, one of them does. One of them doesn't, one of them doesn't. But yeah, that Omega Red is kind of cool. Definitely. Not 3-year-old appropriate. So another Magneto. You know, Magnetos are definitely for trade. I think Magneto is way overrated, and my son has a lot of Magnetos. Like he's, I don't know, pretty easy to find. Here's a Colossus. This Colossus actually looks pretty cool. I like. See his face. I like. I can look at him later. I'll let you guys look at him now. He's a good design. The Colossus is definitely not one of my favorite characters, but he's one that's not that easy to find. Here's a Cable. My son has another one of the same Cable. I know that. Leader of X-Force. He is from the future. This is a Marvel Comics. I guess it came in the back of a toy, or I don't know what it is exactly, but it is a Marvel Comics like stand or something. This is something my kid doesn't need. I would be happy to trade it, but it's heavy, so you know, it would cost something for me to ship it. Oh, here's an Aquaman. He has the little hook gimmick. He's not the smoothest looking Aquaman, but he's okay. At 40 cents, why wouldn't I be a buyer? Here's another toy, another Avenger who we didn't have. Like we didn't have the Hawkeye. We didn't have this guy. There's this Falcon. Another guy, much like Hawkeye, that he probably just isn't highly collected, and there probably aren't that many toys of either him or Hawkeye. He's got a little magnet here, and he's got a Falcon with him. And I guess the Falcon has a little magnet, so yeah, that's how it goes on. I just learned that with you. So yeah, that's Falcon. I mean, I guess he probably wouldn't have had any other accessories. Oh, it looks like there might be 2 little things back here in the backpack of the Falcon itself. But I might have those because there's so many little missiles and gimmicks in there. This is like some kind of wing. If you guys know what this goes to, there's another one of them too. I don't know where it is right now, but there's a pair of them. It looks like they would go to something. I don't know if they go to any of these toys that I've shown you guys. If one of you is small enough to piece that together, that would be straight. But all this, everything in the last video, and everything up until now that I have shown you was $20. With a whole bunch of accessories I haven't even shown you guys. You know, swords, knives, guns, stuff like that. Now, show the other stuff I got in the flea market. This another table is free. It's free. It has like, it's like a battery operated thing. I went over and turned it on, and the woman, it's like a Spider-Man jet ski or something. And almost like, oh, he could just have that. My son's real cute, and people just would just hook him up sometimes at the flea market. I was like, oh, all right. I mean, I wasn't really going to come off a lot for that. I probably been take something, but you can't beat free, right? Now I went by another woman's table. She sells toys mostly for $1. We got Catwoman, which is good because I didn't really like this is a Michelle Pfeiffer one. I didn't really like the Catwoman he had. This was a big pickup, and you almost didn't get it because I was going through the toys and he kept grabbing this and I'm playing with it. And if he's playing with it, that's not the one I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at the other stuff, what I'm looking at. And fortunately, I didn't take that much money down there. I think I had like maybe $30 on me in cash, which is usually more than enough for the flea market. But I dropped $20 first table right away, and I bought some other stuff. So I'm getting real low on my money. So I'm like having to make sure. And we hadn't seen all the tables, so I looked at this table. I said, "Okay, Ryan, these are some good toys here, but let's look at everything before we buy." So I went and looked at everything, came back and bought this stuff. And I probably would not have bought him because he did not. This is War Machine, and I thought it was like a Ben 10 toy or something because this is an odd design. Marvel toys don't usually look like this. It's kind of large. He's got like the gimmick on the back here, and he's got like a weird, I guess you call it, sculpt to him. I just did not have any idea that that's who it was. And my son was like, "This War Machine." He really loves Iron Man and War Machine. He did not have any War Machines at all. So this is like a huge pickup. Unfortunately, he has like an accessory here and a face mask, and none of those were there. But he does have the handguns, and he has this accessory back here. So, but he was only $1, and he's extremely well articulated. The feet move. One of the feet plates on the bottom is missing, but that's like utterly inconsequential to me. But he's really well articulated, and that is War Machine. My son has been playing with this relentlessly because he said, I said that's Iron Man's best friend, and he gets his Iron Man. He's playing with him. But those are more Avengers are picking up. Who's real happy about that? I picked up 2 Lord of the Rings figures. These are like orcs or whatever. This one. And I honestly don't know which Lord. I got a ton of Lord of the Rings stuff up there, but I don't really know which stuff I have. So I could be rebuying things. And I got some of the really big ones too, like the ogres or whatever. I don't know. If I'm a D&D guy, and I don't know Lord of the Rings stuff that well. I don't really like the movies that much. I thought they were very overrated. I wasn't really I'm not really a big fan of his books either, except for the Hobbit. I like the Hobbit, but not a big Tolkien fan. I think these figures look mad cool though. I know. Be a great gateway into my kid into playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm happy to drop $1 on each of them. So it's those 2 guys, and these are quite big toys. These are probably 8 inches tall. And I got this. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle dude. This guy is just cool. I think he's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle anyway. If I'm wrong, someone let me know. He's like a big fat slob with like where his guye is. It's like a microwave or something. It just completely appeals to my sense of humor. Probably all of you think he's the stupidest looking toy you've ever seen, but I liked him, and I bought it for my son. Each of those toys I showed you was $1. There were 5 of them. Also at the flea market, like I said, man, it was a huge day for stuff. I found something for my collection 7000. That's going to go in our trade there, buddy. I got that for you. Morio. At least I hope you want it. I bought it just for you. I have no interest in it, but I saw it there. And I said, oh, I know my man likes that, so I know we're about to do a trade. So I said, well, let me grab that my collection. And this is pretty tall, too. I'm going to say it's about the size of Star Striker, about 4 inches tall, and it's a lot wider than Star Striker. I would say about 4 inches tall, I'm guessing. You can see. It is a little bit taller than Jean Grey, just a little bit. And I got a Battle Cat with part of the armor on. I actually would trade this because my son does have another one. There's like a small little, like, not a crack, but I don't know. It's not loose either though. Well, it's a tiny bit loose actually. But it's still straight, but you can see that there. It's not quite as tight as it would if it wasn't 30 years old. I remember having these. It was the first. Well, not a second. I got Star Wars. I got Star Wars toys first, then Master Universe when I was like 5, or possibly 6. Maybe 6 when Master Universe came out. But I remember when it first came out, and Master Universe was really hot. So that's Battle Cat. This is of course the original. I only paid $1 for that. So. I was, all day long I paid $1 for the Battle Cat. Let's see here. So I got my wife something up at the Goodwill in Yorktown. There. I got her this. It's a cactus candle. It was $1.25. has not been burnt. It has an unburnt wick, $1.25, and it's fairly large. If you can see it, like compared to my hand. I don't know how that's actually going to play out, like in terms of all this extra stuff as it goes down. I don't know. It might not be the best candle, but whatever. And the last thing I got, which was the singly, just in terms of cool factor, not necessarily the best value, because some of these things are absurdly valuable. This is definitely the coolest. It is Killer Croc, and he is about 1.5 feet tall. Let's see here. Here's the Jean Jones figure, and you can see the height difference. That's a tremendous. Their feet are exactly at the same point. That's a tremendous difference in height. His head moves, his wrists move, his arms move, his legs move. He just looks cool. That's Killer Croc. I have a smaller Killer Croc toy, but I've never read a comic book that he was in or seen a show that he was in, so I know nothing about the character. One of my buddies told me he eats people, which is kind of cool for a Batman villain. It's usually like robbing a bank or something. He just be eating people. You know, they've been upping the level. So yeah, that Killer Croc, I thought that was great. $2.25 I paid for this. Anyone knows the price retail on this? I'd love to know. But I'm guessing $25, maybe even $30 for a toy like this. I know the normal size ones are like $7 to $15. So that's the first part of it was everything out for $20, and the rest of my flea market finds, and then two things I picked up at two different Goodwills. This was the Newport News Goodwill, and the candle was at the Yorktown Goodwill. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you know any of those names I'm asking for, or what any of that equipment goes to, please do let me know.